Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to another Sketch Sunday. This is a series that Moira and Crystal do each Sunday and I jump in whenever I can. Now before I get started, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below and also hit the notification bell so you'll know once I upload new videos. And be sure to go on over to Moira's and Crystal's channels as well and subscribe to them. They do share these Sketch Sunday videos each week, so you do not want to miss out. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and choose some pattern papers to use on my 12 by 12 layout today, and I will be using that photo you see there of my grandson. Now on the sketch you'll notice there are 3 photos, but I decided just to go with 1 photo today, and it's split up into 4 parts, that photo is, but it's 1 photo and it's a Snapchat filter that I used to get that look. So here I pulled out that black and white striped paper at first, and flipping through the paper pad I came across the red one, which you'll see in just a few moments, and I felt like that made my photo pop just a tiny bit more, so I decided to go with the red as the background. And I also pulled in that really colorful and bold pattern paper with all of those triangles, and I'll use those pieces, those accent pieces that you see on that sketch. Use that pattern paper for the accent pieces you see on the sketch, those triangle pieces. Now I do stick really closely with the design of the sketch, and I also keep it really simple with my embellishments. So here I'm going to go ahead and begin cutting my pattern paper and putting together my background. So here I make just a slight change to the pattern paper that I use. You'll notice on the sketch, the entire left side seemed to be one pattern paper, the same one, either cardstock or pattern paper, of course, and it's just separated on the left side really close to the photo with a black strip there. But I'll use this really colorful design here as part of that background. So towards the left of my photo, where it's separated by that black strip, I'll use this this design here. And I'll add a piece of that pattern paper also to the right side of the background where my title will be. So here I have my 2 pieces of pattern papers on both sides of the layout, but instead of using a black strip like there is in that sketch, I'm going to use some yellow washi tape instead. And I use some really thin washi tape, so I'm going to add 2 strips of it side by side. And there is a little design on that yellow washi. There's some gold on there, some gold details. So you can see there I added 2 strips to the left side, and I'm adding it right now to that triangle in this corner, and you'll see it extends just a tiny bit at the tip. And I will go in with a ruler, a metal ruler, and my scissors and just score it a tiny bit, and I'm able to remove the excess piece so I have a nice clean look. And that really does not matter later on because I do put an embellishment there that covers it up, but for now you can see it extends just a tiny bit there. And I absolutely love the choices that I made with the colors on this background. Now that pattern paper with all of those triangles it's really busy and it's bold with all of the colors on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mat my photo on a black cardstock. That way it stands out a little bit more and it doesn't blend into that background. And I also decided to go ahead and pull in some more black by adding a black border around my entire background. So there you can see I removed 1/2 inch off 2 sides and I'm matting it on this black cardstock. And you notice that I did gut my black cardstock. I do save the center part. You're not gonna see that it's missing anyway, and I save it for matting photos later on. So there I added one side, make sure it was really nice and centered, and now I'm gonna go ahead and adhere the other sides. So once I am done adding my background to that black cardstock, I'm gonna go ahead and add my photo on using some foam adhesives. That way it's lifted off the page and I get a little bit of dimension on this layout. So next up, I'm going to add my title to the top right corner, just like it is in that sketch. And you can see I pulled out a lot of bits and pieces here. I have 2 trays on my desk, and whenever I'm doing a project, I try to grab as much as I can from these 2 trays. I basically have all the leftovers from kits and collections that got used up. Whatever is left over, I just add them to this tray. To these 2 trays. So I went through the word phrases I have in there, but nothing worked. So I pulled out this puffy thicker instead, this puffy thicker sheet. And I think this might be from a Vicky Boutin collection. I'm going to use the title there that says Collect Moments. And I'm also going to use a few more elements from that sticker sheet on this background. And this photo, there's not much of a story. It's just a random photo I took of my grandson. So I feel like that title, it works well, which is simply to collect moments. It does not have to be anything with a huge story behind it. It could just be an everyday moment. So there, I'm going to add that to the top right corner. And I will go ahead right now with my T-square ruler and get it nice and straight, better than it is right now, because that will definitely bug me if it's not. And I will bring it down there, as you can see, a little bit lower on that page. So here you can see I pulled in one of the arrows from that sticker sheet, and I'm also going to pull in a few stars as well. And I am going to add a cluster really close to my title, one to the top left corner of the photo and the bottom of that photo as well. So here I have some circles that I got from, I believe it was Felicity Jane, and you can see one has a heart on there. There's 2 of them with words and 1 with a camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and add those to the clusters, and I just moved them around until I found exactly where I wanted them to be. And I used a sticker from a Paige Evans collection right above my photo. I also added in a strip of washi below the photo. I went ahead and added remember. I cut my washi there, and I added the second piece right below that first strip. So here I'm just adding in some open stars, some wood veneer stars, and I'm using some liquid adhesive to adhere those to the background right next to those clusters that I created. Now to pull it all together and just fill up some of those empty spaces, you'll see here I'm going to use the black India ink and add some splatters. And I'm using a fan brush, and this way I'll get some light splatters, not too harsh, not too bold. I get very small ones with the fan brush. And I'm being very careful not to overdo it, because I am known for overdoing it with my splatters. Sometimes I just add way too much. So I hope you guys enjoy the process today. Here's a close-up look at the completed layout, and I have some still shots as well. Check out my description box for links to go on over and see Moira's and Crystal's design as well. So I want to thank you all for watching, and on to my next video. Bye.